A breezy Sunday, September 8th, 2024, Calvin Castine in the parking lot outside of Hobby Lobby. It's a Sunday, so Hobby Lobby is closed. At 1:30, they're supposed to start gathering here, and they've already started a little bit before, as you might expect. There'll be a little run of emergency vehicles, first responders, and a whole lot of bikes. And they're going to go by Meadowbrook Healthcare in Plattsburgh, recognizing David McCrea, a Korean War veteran who was unable to make his honor flight trip in May of this year. So they're going to honor him today with this little drive-by at Meadowbrook at approximately 2 p.m. They'll be leaving here. It's a little overcast, there's occasional sprinkles, so hopefully they'll have decent weather for their drive-by, and hopefully the cool 60-degree temperatures and the threat of rain won't prevent a whole lot of bikes from showing up. It is slightly before 2 o'clock. We have heard sirens on the horizon. We're at the Meadowbrook Health Care Facility here in Plattsburgh, and he reportedly will be coming out this door right there, and the bikes and whatever vehicles can make it around the bend will be coming through here. McCrea, his name goes back to the Champlain area and the McCrea Road. He told me many years ago that his father was Ham McCrea, who during Prohibition days worked hard for the government and was arresting those bootleggers and so on. So we had hoped to do a story with David several years ago, but it never materialized. But David family history goes back a long way into the history of Champlain in the border area back in the Prohibition days. Not him personally, obviously. He served in the Korean War. He wasn't old enough to have taken part in any of the actual bootlegging arrests or so on, but his family did. The sun is shining, so David McCrea is coming out. Oh, not him yet. He's got some cohorts here. Bringing some of the other residents out. A lot of folks from the North Country Honor Flight are here. As you can imagine, this has been a topic of discussion here at Meadowbrook. So, it's barely 60 degrees, so here comes, I think he's the next one coming out. There he is. There's Mr. David McCrea, who was unable to make that May honor flight, so the honor flight parade is coming to him on this September 8th. Yeah, looks like they decided to come down the Tom Miller Road way, and they're getting onto Prospect here, and they are arriving here at 2:04 p.m. New York State Police leading the parade. are you, David? Plattsburgh Police. Expected a little bit of a traffic jam. Fire trucks are going behind. Three wide here to get all the bikes in. Looks like they timed it just perfectly. Just and the state police, and we'll see if there's any presentation about to be made. I know there are military organization representatives here. We've been informed that the whole crew here, the four sitting in front here, are all veterans. All the bikers and so on are coming through here, and one at a time saying hello. There's 5 or 6 veterans here lined up. Sorry, I can't get a better angle on them. Okay, all veterans here, but the purpose today is to recognize David McCrea and the honor flight he wasn't able to go on, but he's got some fellow veterans here with him to greet the entourage that came today. We have made our way inside now, and they're looks like they're going to go through the regular entrance, or the go out the in through the outdoor, and it's going to be a little tight here, but there is a military presence here who will give him a salute when he enters. And we'll try to capture that. Here comes the first of the veterans coming through.
Squad. Peanut.
Whitney,
Present arms.
Whitney West here. And here comes David McCrea, the guest of honor, and the other veterans.
Turn you over here and around so that you can see everything. And I'm uncertain, but do you know who it is?
It's going to be very crowded in here because all these bikers come. There's a cake that they'll be cutting into. It's upside down here. Thank you for your service, David. We salute you. So, keep our camera high over the balloons. All right, it looks like just about everybody who's coming in is
Squad. Order arms. Hurried rest.
Okay, it all worked in rehearsal. Hold on. Those of you who have song sheets, please sing along. It's the anthem for the Air Force. And it's cue into the music as soon as the girl figures it out. Okay. From the beginning. David, this is all for you. We love you. Off we go, while we're younger, flying high to the sun. Here they come, to beat our thunder out of mountain. The eyes found the flame from under, off we run, hell of a run. Stop the U.S. Air Force. Brilliant minds flashing a great of thunder, send it high into the sky. Ballot hands flashing the world asunder. How they live, God only knew. Boundless souls in the skies to conquer, gave us wings ever to soar. Hey, nothing stops the U.S. Air Force. Lori, I want to welcome everybody for showing up today. Dave unfortunately was unable to make the May flight this year. He was scheduled to go then. He was not comfortable to go. So we worked out an alternative, and we're all so happy that you could be part of that. Thank you to Whitney, who is his guardian, who did our music today. So much for our valiant singing efforts. Thank you to Post 1619, who brought their honor guard to give honor to Dave
and his service, and to all of you here as well who are veterans that gave, signed your name on that piece of paper that sent you anywhere, doing anything. In the name of Honor Flight, we're here today to bring Dave some of the things that he would have gotten on his trip, to welcome him to the Honor Flight family, because once you go on a flight, you get your gear, you get your orders, you get your mail, and you are part of a group that is very supportive to our veterans. So thank you for your service, Dave. And I will read the bio that would have been read the day that David would have gone on his flight in May. David is a U.S. Air Force veteran, as you could hear from the music. He served from 1953 to 1957 in the Korean War conflict. David's older brother told him to enlist so that he'd not get drafted. So following in his father's and brother's footsteps, David enlisted in the Air Force. He comes from a family of gentlemen who have served, a family that have served, a sister as well. Dave trained as an aircraft mechanic, completed his military training on leave. Dave and his wife married, giving her the opportunity to go with Dave on assignment to Cocoa Beach, Florida. Dave said it was the toughest assignment to be 150 feet from the beach. On the base, they conducted various missile testing. Dave recalls a missile failure at 40 to 50 feet that had to be blown up. Dave would have liked to have remained in the military, but with 3 small children, he needed to return to civilian life. This is David McCrea's story. Thank you, Dave, for your service. Now, David already has his hat, so we're here today to give him his Honor Flight jacket and shirt and a bag to go with it. There you go, sir. That is for you. And Whitney, as his guardian, also has her flight gear, because she would have been there to take orders with him all day long, wheeling him to Washington.
Thank you for giving me this honor, David.
And we have your bag here as well. This is a secret, many of you know who've been on the flight, but just before we return, you get an envelope. And one of the most important things that a serviceman or servicewoman can get while they're away is their mail. David, this is your mail call.
There's no bills in that one.
There are no bills there. Also, this is a secret, stays in this room. When we're in Washington, a flag is flown over the Pentagon for every veteran that goes on flight. Dave is part of Flight 53. This is his flag that flew over the Pentagon while we were in Washington. I'll leave that right here because that floated your lap down. And we have a certificate, a flag certificate that certifies that flag was actually flown over the Pentagon. So those are for you, David.
Well, sworn to secrecy now.
Now the nice blanket you got was from one of the veterans who was gone. His wife makes a blanket for everyone who goes on honor flight. Dennis Harris's his wife Kathy made that for you. Honor Flight also has a coin for you, a collector's coin, and here is a badge. And I have a coin for you as well.
Thank you. I'll take you out for dinner later with my coin, Dave.
I don't think it'll buy you anything. And that concludes our ceremony today. I thank everybody for coming. And again, David, thank you for your service, and everybody here who's a veteran, thank you for your service as well.
All right, very nice service honoring David McCrea, was unable to make the May 2024 North Country Honor Flight. And a nice job and a great turnout here. Great turnout for all these people to show up and recognize Dave. All right. That'll wrap it up. Hometown Cable's look at this on a Sunday afternoon in September.